My mission is simple, to make you money. I'm here to level the playing field for all investors. There's always a bull market somewhere, and I promise to help you find it. Mad Money starts now. Hey, I'm Cramer. Welcome to Mad Money. Welcome to Cramerica. Other people want to make friends. I'm just trying to make you a little money. My job is not just to entertain, but to educate, to teach you. Call me, 1-800-743-CNBC. Tweet me at Jim Cramer. When November's up big and you turn the calendar to December, you almost always get some animal spirits going. Animal spirits being the catch-all for feel-good expression that often stands behind a bull market, including this one. Buy, buy, buy! Sure, the average is mostly marked time today. Dow dipping 129 points, S&P advancing 0.24%, but the Nasdaq gained 0.97%, representing a nice rebound from some recent shakiness. Today's session was dominated by Intel's decision to oust its underperforming CEO. Now, we're going to talk about the denouement of Pat Gelsinger's tenure later in the show. But I bet Intel's feckless days are now behind it, along with its grand ambitions to challenge NVIDIA and even AMD, which has been crushing Intel on both servers and PCs. Those are markets Intel used to dominate. I'd buy the heck out of AMD, hand over fist. This is what we're doing for the Charitable Trust, as you know, if you're a member of the CNBC Investing Club. Gelsinger doesn't get ousted if he's winning business from AMD. He gets ousted if he's losing that business. Quite an opportunity. Now, it was also a catch-up date for the Mag 7, the so-called Magnificent 7 of big, the tech titans. They've been lagging lately. And when they lag, you know what you got to do? You got to buy, because they inevitably play catch-up. That's my thesis on Mad Money. Remember, there's always something good to say here, whether it's an upgrade from a long-term bear on Tesla we got this morning, or aggregate online sales being up double digits, which brought buyers into Amazon, or even stories about Apple's phone orders that weren't disastrous. I know, low bar. Well, you get a new month and everyone sees how well the previous month did. Well, there's a ton of money that comes in over the transom, so to speak, and that money ratifies the moves of the biggest of the big cap stocks. Money in means money put to work immediately, which leads to Magnificent 7 magic. Remember, people like to make contributions to the retirement accounts when the year's a good one, and we're seeing that happen almost by rote, and that's almost by rote is the transom money. Why does a great November generally translate into a great December? Well, that's all about the mechanics of money management. Before I started my Charitable Trust more than 2 decades ago, I ran a hedge fund. I was always looking for an edge, and one of the most reliable patterns I found is that when December rolls around, you mimic the biggest winners of November. Specifically, I would buy deep-in-the-money call options on those now anointed stocks, and then I'd let them run through December. I wanted to participate in a well-established pattern that started with a bang. Today, I want to put as little capital in to get the biggest bang. I know a lot of our younger viewers play options, so I thought I should mention that. So if you're putting money to work in November's winners, which is what I'm advising, let's take a look at what you're buying. Why don't we start with Palantir, which reported one of the best quarters of the year. Fantastic growth, fantastic gross margins. That's right, growth and gross margins together. That is fabulous. And they are killing it with federal contracts, including some important work for the Pentagon. Palantir's people are rip-snoring smart, and they tend to win almost everything that they tender for. They also have a great commercial group, but I like their defense work. It's what I used to call a total up stock. Second is Axon, AXON. That's the company formerly known as Taser a long time ago. I don't call it that because it obscures all of the unbelievable work they're doing to rationalize police stations, make things easier for law enforcement and the justice system. Axon had 3 things happen in November. They reported a much better than expected quarter. I mean, much. They rolled out a new edition of their software, including valuable AI that saves a huge amount of time and, of course, money. And this is a definitive Trump stock because there's widespread belief that local law enforcement will get more money from Washington with the GOP trifecta. How about Tesla? What can I say that hasn't already been said, right? I mean, right now, Elon Musk may be the second most important man in America. He may be the most important man in America, for all I know, as long as he stays tight with Trump. Sure, Tesla issued a new software update today, and some people actually talked about that, but everyone knew it was coming. People have been buying this one because they've realized that Musk has the president's-elect's ear, and his loyalty will likely be returned with good news for Tesla, especially the self-driving business. To me, it seems very transactional. Duh. Fourth, not long ago, we covered Texas Pacific Land Corp, a new addition to the SP 500 that owns more than 800,000 acres of land in the oil-rich Permian Basin. Now, this one's a holdover from the 19th century railroad bankruptcy. All aboard! And all it does is take in money. Even though they don't own the mineral rights, they own the land, which means you need to pay them if you want to drill. I want that business. Landman, what is that thing on my Ben Stoto is our chief scientist and oil man, also research director, is watching Landsman. I don't know about that. Nothing like an oil stock after Trump gets elected, though. But be careful. The oils underperformed during the last Trump administration because there was too much drilling. It could happen again. Although when I profiled Texas Pacific not that long ago, I told you it was worth waiting for. A pullback. The pullback never came. It just kept going straight up. And you know you have some of those stocks, too, I hope. Fifth, Tapestry is a rebounding apparel company, and its stock is on fire thanks to Lina Khan, FTC. Yes, something you almost never hear, something positive. See, she blocked, or the FTC blocked, Tapestry from acquiring Capri Holdings, which owns Michael Kors, Jimmy Choo, Versace. The market hated that deal. So when Wall Street cheered when Lina Khan shot it down, and that's allowed, well, it's allowed Tapestry to prosper. It's become an up stock. Next is EPAM Systems, which is an enterprise software company for platform engineering and development. Now, the stock's come roaring back, it's part of the return of the enterprise software primacy over hardware. EPAM's strength is a green light to buy Salesforce and ServiceNow. Buy. The two biggest enterprise software plays that I like. 7, here's a wild one, Warner Brothers Discovery. Now, this is bouncing for several reasons. First, its balance sheet is actually improving, and it was the biggest worry. Shooting that down. Second, its assets are worth so much more than the stock's actually selling for. Third, this new administration will be a bonanza, ratings bonanza for CNN. Finally, once Biden's gone, media companies can merge again. That optionality is worth more to Warner Brothers than everything else combined. Number 8, Vistra. Lay up. Data centers are electricity hogs. We need more power, ideally of the clean variety. That's Vistra, merchant of cleaner electricity with a nuclear kicker, although I still do prefer Constellation Energy for nukes. 9th is McKesson, a traditional middleman between the drug companies and the drug stores. Now, it's a Trump stock, not because Trump loves the drug distributors, but because I think it was only a matter of time before the Biden-Harris regulators went after these guys. There's a widespread belief that the McKessons of the world got a big reprieve, rightly or wrongly. Finally, number 10, my favorite is EQT. That's the largest natural gas company in the country. Talk about a Trump stock. Perhaps the single most thriving industry in our country is the liquefied natural gas complex, the Apex. All of the LNG export terminals in Louisiana and Texas, both in existence and those being built or planned. Given that we have absurd amounts of natural gas in this country, we're the largest exporter in the world. The export market is a bonanza. Almost everyone needs our cheap natural gas. But at the beginning of the year, Biden put a pause on the approval of these LNG terminals. The move caught everybody by surprise, including companies that have spent billions upon billions of dollars doing these things, and it crushed any stock involved in the process. Now, we do expect that the pause is practically maybe eliminated, go right back to work the first day of Trump's administration. No wonder EQT stock caught fire. It may be the single biggest beneficiary of Trump's election. Now, there are other underneath this list, ones that involve traveling. To me, that means you could buy anything connected to travel, including the airlines. United's number 11 on the list. Cruise ships work, so does Booking Holdings. But the bottom line, if you want to know what I think could do best in the month of December, well, it's simply what worked best in the month of November. So now you got your marching orders, and I say, buy. Go to work. Let's go to Nicholas in Georgia. Nicholas.
Hey, how are you? How's it going?
Not bad, Nicholas. How about you?
I'm good. Just trying to adjust to this cold weather. Go Bulldogs. Hey, my question is, and I love your show, by the way.
Thank you.
I got a position with Bank of America. I'm kind of bullish, and I want to know what is your short-term and your long-term sentiment on Bank of America?
You know, I can't own stocks, but it's very funny. My wife was asking me, how's Bank of America doing yesterday? I said, they're killing it. They're crushing it. She says, how's the stock doing? I said, doesn't reflect how well they're doing. And that happens to be my take right there. Doesn't reflect how well they're doing. Can I please go to Julie in Connecticut? Julie.
Hi, it's Julia from New Canaan. How are you, Jim?
New Canaan. Pretty fancy.
Yeah.
Good ice cream place up there that I went to with my daughter. What's going on with you?
Awesome. Well, my question's about Uber. We're heavily invested, for the long term. But I was wondering what your thoughts are about Elon Musk and robotaxi and how it'll affect Uber in the future. Do you think it makes sense for them to be partners?
Julie, I'm going to tell you. There's room for everybody. I think there's a lot of one-dimensional thinking when it comes to Uber. Most of the stocks of this period that came public have all soared. They've been leaving Uber in the dust. That's a mistake. I think Uber is a winner, particularly because I've been in a Waymo, not them. But I can tell you, when you're in a Waymo, it's dynamite. All right, it is. And you don't have to talk to anybody. You just, kind of write anywhere. Sit anywhere. All right, want to know what you should do in December? Just remember, the month of November. On Mad Money tonight, after Shopify's $5 billion Black Friday, I'm checking in with this president on the state of e-commerce and just regular commerce this holiday season. Then on the heels of reports from 3 PC players, I'm giving you my latest on the PC refresh thesis. somewhat tepid. And later, shares of CrowdStrike slid after its beat and raise quarter. So is now a good time to buy the cyber stock that we own a lot of for the Charitable Trust? You know what? I got the CEO, so I suggest that you stay with Cramer.
Don't miss a second of Mad Money. Follow @Jim Cramer on X. Have a question? Tweet Cramer. #MadMentions. Send Jim an email to madmoney@cnbc.com or give us a call at 1-800-743-CNBC. Miss something? Head to madmoney.cnbc.com.